Hi, welcome everyone. Another week, another new chair yoga session for you to try this week. So I hope you're doing well. And I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm feeling the cold. I've had enough of winter now, but I think I've probably said this every week now. So I hope you are well and you're feeling nice and cozy wherever you are in the world. Now, of course, most of you are here in Blackheath or nearby, but I know there's a few of you who've joining from further afield. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing okay too. So for this week's session, it's going to be a slightly shorter session. Although you know me, I tend to always end up with a longer session anyway, but it's going to be an express class. So about 25, 30 minutes, just a whole general body mobilization, working through the whole body to wake up the joints, get a bit of blood flowing through the muscles to help us combat that cold and that general sort of tightness and creakiness that creeps in when the weather is a bit damp and a bit cold. So for today's session, if you haven't got one yet, grab something resembling a belt. So a yoga belt or a dressing gown belt or similar. We can use that during our session. Have that somewhere handy. Maybe a good place I like to put it is just to drape it over the back of my chair, because then I don't have to bend down to get it. And also make sure you're nice and cozy and comfy. I think I'm wearing 3 layers today, 3 long sleeve layers. So make sure you're feeling nice and warm. My feet are on the blanket and I'm wearing socks because no one likes cold feet. And what else do we need? Maybe some water if you're in the mood to have a little bit to drink. Or tea. Tea is absolutely okay as well. And depending on the time of the day, maybe wine. No judgment here. Right. And then finally, before we get started, check if there's any distractions you can just switch off. Maybe turning your phone upside down, turning it on silent. Even if someone calls you, you can wait for half an hour. Closing any doors, turning off radios, televisions, anything that might take your awareness back. And really dedicating this next half an hour for yourself. And what I personally, when I practice at home by myself, like to do is almost make a little ceremony out of it. That ceremony could literally be as small as closing the door, maybe drawing the curtains, getting your favorite pillow out to place under your feet, maybe lighting a candle. All these little rituals that make your practice a little bit special, just to take it aside, take it out of your day to day. So enough talking from me about those things. So get comfortable and shuffle yourself back on your chair, all the way back. So your lower back can really ground into the back of the chair. The feet can push away from the body a little bit, so your thighs can sink down. Palms are facing upwards, and the shoulders draw away from the ears. Soften your belly. So let your belly go really squishy, let it puff out. No one can see you. You might be able to see my belly, but I don't really care. So let yourself settle down and then allow the eyes to close. Take a slow breath in through the nose and a sigh out through the mouth. Slow breath in and sigh it out. And then one more of these big sighing breaths, breathing in all the way into your belly. And then sigh it out, let it go. And then allow your jaw to soften, allow your belly to soften. And let yourself get heavy. Notice how you feel right in this moment. Notice how you feel in your physical body. So noticing any areas that need attention, aches, pains, discomfort. And then notice how you feel inside. So the mood you're in, and the emotions that are present. And let's be okay with whatever comes up with. We are still in this crazy, crazy time where our routines, our lives have been disrupted, where the connections with other humans we've made are just not possible in the same way as we would like them to be. Maybe we're feeling a bit isolated. Maybe we are feeling a bit fed up with all of this. And that's okay. Just let it be seen. And know that it is okay, whatever emotions come up. In yoga, we try to cultivate the idea that everything is changing all the time. So our bodies, our minds, the way we feel, the way we look, everything is changing every day. So getting too worried about a certain emotion or a certain sensation in the body is almost pointless, because tomorrow is a new day and we're likely going to feel completely different. So all of these emotions that you've found, let's take a deep breath in, all the way into the belly, really inflating the lungs as far as you can, and then one big sighing breath, let that go. And then soften the jaw, soften your lips, and take a few more moments here to become aware of your breathing. The breath is the most important tool in our yoga practice. The breath is always present. It's happening automatically. We can't stop ourselves from breathing voluntarily. So it is always there. So let's place a little bit of awareness on the breath, starting by noticing the air as it comes in and out of your nose. What does it feel like? Is it cool? Does it feel warm? And can you notice a difference between the inhalation and the exhalation? Notice the speed of your breath. And also notice the depth of your breath. Does it feel shallow? Does it feel deep? And then let's slowly start to synchronize our breath a little bit. And the important thing here is not to force this. If it doesn't come naturally to you, if breathing in a certain way makes you feel in any way uncomfortable, then let it go. Ignore my suggestions and just breathe in your own special way. Let's take an inhale together through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, inhaling through the nose and out through the mouth. Close the mouth, breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling, exhaling, breathing in and out. Take 2 more in your own time. And allow the breath to continue to flow in whatever rhythm feels good for you. Bring a wriggle into your fingers and into your toes. And then extend the fingertips away from your body towards the screen, maybe up towards the ceiling. Give yourself a stretch, reaching one arm, reaching the other arm, swaying from side to side, anything that feels good for you in your body here. If there's a yawn that needs to escape at that point, like it just did for me, then let that happen. Yawning is a good sign. It means the body is asking you for more oxygen. And we shall comply. So reach up one more time and then release the hands down into your lap, maybe with a little rotation through the wrists. So we can begin to warm up here through the wrists. Good. And then draw your hands down into the knees. Gently blink the eyes open. And if you want to, you can shuffle yourself away from the back of the chair to come into a little bit more of an upright position, a little bit more of an active position, keeping a sense of engagement through your center. So in yoga, we call this our bandhas, energy centers, your core, everything that supports you from sitting upright. And the good thing about these bandhas is if we switch them on, it is helping the body to heat up. So it's creating heat in the body, but it is also protecting us from moving too deeply into postures that might not be right for us. So find that little lift to the pelvic floor, so that squeeze in and up, and then draw the lower belly in. And everyone has a pelvic floor, man, woman, child. So even if you're not a woman, just finding that little lift, and that helps you to sit up a little bit more. Good. Release the arms by the side. Let's begin to move. Inhale, reach the arms up, lift the gaze. Exhale, draw the palms down. Let's do it again. Inhaling, reach the arms high. Exhale, draw them down. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling, reach and grow. Hold it there for a moment, and then interlace the hands above the head. Release your index finger. So we have the index finger pointing up towards the ceiling. If this is not good for your shoulders, you can have a bend in the elbows, you can have the arms reaching forwards, or you can simply lower the arms, reach and hold, soften the shoulders away from the ears, and then gently sink over towards the left. Inhale back to center, exhale over to the right. Bring your awareness to your sitting bones. Imagine there is suction cups on your sitting bones that keep both of them equally grounded. So we're not starting to sway or fall off our chair. No, we're still reaching, growing. Good, one more time. Over towards the right, so we are staying nice and even. Inhale to reach, and then exhale, bring the arms down. Whew, good. Starting to feel that heat building in the shoulders. Give the shoulders a few shrugs. Good, the head a little shake from side to side. And then let's release our left arm forwards. Bring the thumb to the inside and wrap your fingers around the thumb. If this is uncomfortable on your joints, if you have arthritis, then let the thumb be free. So never compress too much here. If it feels okay, we can use this to draw some big circles. So as big a circle as you can do, especially moving into the side part of our wrist here. You might feel some little clicks, some little pops, and then change direction, go the other way. Back to center, extend the fingertips wide, and then give them a squeeze. Good, squeezing as hard as you feels good for you. Inhaling, extend, exhale to squeeze. Next inhale, reach the arm up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, let the arm swing back down. I'm gonna move sideways so you can see. Inhaling, reach the arm high. Exhale, swing the arm down, gently behind you. Two more. Inhale to reach. Exhale to let it swing. And that movement can be big, it can be small. Maybe it doesn't feel good, then you can just use your shoulders. And then next time you get to the top, let the arm fall behind you. So let's encourage that full rotation. Two more like this. Go slow here. The movement can be really small. Or you can just use your shoulders like this to do it. Good. And then release the arm down. Close the eyes for a moment. This is a beautiful spot to just pause for a moment and observe the difference that you can feel between your left hand and your right. Might be quite obvious. The left arm might feel a lot more awake, might feel hotter, more tingly. And the other arm in comparison might feel almost dark and dull. So let's wake it up. Blink the eyes open. Reach your right arm forward. Thumb can come to the inside if that feels good. Wrap your fingers around and then draw those big circles. Nice big circles going one way and then the other way. Changing direction. Good. And extend the fingertips wide. Inhale. Exhale, give them a squeeze. Inhaling, extend. Exhale to squeeze. One more time, inhale. So we are pumping the blood here all the way into our fingertips, especially if you've got cold hands. This is great. Inhale, extend the fingertips wide, reach the arm up, and then exhale, let it sink down behind you. Inhale to reach. Exhale, sink it back. Last time, inhale, reach it high. On the exhale, let the arm fall behind you. So finding that rotation, and be very mindful here that you stay within your range of motion. Good, let the arm fall back. Ooh. And one last time, inhale to reach, let it sink back, and then bring the hands down into the knees. Close the eyes, let any heat here disappear, and then blink the eyes open again. Good. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit more awake here through the upper part of the body. Let's wake up our feet. So begin to walk out your feet. So we're reaching one heel away from the floor and then the other. So just lifting, reaching. Good. Pedaling out the feet so we can warm up those calf muscles. And this is also a great little exercise to do if you have very cold feet. I do every winter. My feet are just turning into icicles. So this is a nice little thing to do to encourage the blood to flow, a little bit of heat to build. And then come into stillness. Good. Ground the feet down. Bring the hands behind your left leg. Come onto the ball of the left foot. And you can extend the left leg away. If that's if that's a bit too strong, you can keep the toes on the floor. And we're going to begin to flex and point the foot. Good. Flexing, pointing. I'm going to do a quick sock check. Oh, look at that. No holes in my socks. That's always good. Yeah, I treated myself to some new socks last week. So yeah, really living the dream. Flexing, pointing, and then draw a few rotations. So we're warming up for the ankle. Good. Just for a moment here, checking that you're sitting up nice and straight. So if you've started to do this, come and sit back up. And then lowering the foot down and swap sides. Grab hold of your right leg and find that sense of lift before you go further. So if you're slouching a bit, uncurl yourself here. Hands behind your right leg, come onto the ball of the right foot and then extend the leg away as far as it feels good. It can be lifted towards parallel. The heel can stay on the floor. And then we simply begin to point and flex. Feeling that stretch with the front of the leg, the back of the leg. Oh, nice and tight here for me. Good. I need this probably more than you guys need this session. And then rotate. Good. Nice big circles. Going one way and then the other way. Ah, lovely. And then release the leg back down. Give your thighs a little squeeze. Hopefully the feet are feeling a bit warmer. And then let's grab hold of our belt. We're going to come back down to our legs in a moment, but first we're going to kind of tie in the upper body into a little bit of extra opening. So take your belt or dressing gown belt or scarf, whatever you have, really nice and wide. Good. And this next exercise you do following your own body. So don't try and copy what I'm doing. There's no right way and wrong way to do it. Take the arms out to the side, a little bit of traction here on our scarf, so it's a little bit sort of stretched out. And then reach the arms up as high as you can, and then let yourself sink around to the side. Inhaling back to center and then round to the other side. And then allow yourself to let your body be the guide. Maybe even close the eyes and bring some rotational movements into the body. Good. So drawing some little circles. If your shoulders feel happy, but be very careful here. Draw the arms. You can draw the arms back behind you. The wall is in the way. And just find a bit of a stretch for the shoulders, but that's quite strong. So don't go crazy. So close your eyes here. And just for the next 30 seconds or so, we're going to have a wriggle together. Ultimately, that's what physical yoga is. We are having a good wriggle about. Moving into all the nooks and crannies, maybe encouraging a bit of a rotation through the spine. And if it doesn't feel good to do this with the belt, then let the belt go and just have a wriggle without the belt. You can bring your hands onto the knees to do this. And then let's release the belt down. Notice how the upper body feels charged. It feels almost energized. Let's come down to the legs now. Time to bring the legs up to the same level of energy. Release the belt onto the ball of your left foot and then walk the hands down the belt. So this is one of my favorite leg stretch exercises. You may love it, you may hate it. See how you go and work within your range of motion. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to kick the leg away, hug the elbows into the body. So I'm going to do this again as I move to the side. So we're kicking the legs away and then we're hugging the elbows in to the body. The shoulders are in a nice supported position and the upper arms are getting quite a good little workout going here. Allow the front of the leg to be active. And the front leg doesn't need to be straight. In fact, most legs won't be straight here, so you can have a little bend here. But keep the left kneecap drawn up here. Hug the elbows back. Keep the crown of the head lifted. Really releasing here for the whole back of the leg, our IT bands, the calf muscles, lots of muscles that are not getting much of a stretch usually. Last inhale. And then exhale, bend the leg, lower it down, and then open and close your hands a few times. Let it go, because gripping hold onto something with the weight of our leg pulling against it is probably getting a little bit uncomfortable on the fingers. And then swap sides. And hopefully our left leg feels, again, a lot more charged, a lot more energized. Swapping sides, so belt over the ball of the foot. We can be the arch of the foot as well, if that feels okay. But the stretch tends to be a bit stronger if the belt is on the ball of the foot, so close to the toes. Work your hands down, draw the lower belly in, lengthen the spine, take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to extend the leg out long, hug the elbows back. It's a nice and strong position. We don't have to have that right leg extended. It doesn't have to be straight. And check that your shoulders are really hugged in here. So we have that good exercise for the upper body as well. Soften the jaw. So if you've started clenching your jaw, soften that. Maybe give your face a general little wriggle around, so you're not clenching the jaw, you're not holding the tongue, you're not holding the breath. And in fact, we're ready on our last two breaths, so let's do them together. Inhale and exhale. Last breath in. And exhale out, bend the knee. Whew. Pop the belt to the side. We're done with the belt for today. And then shake out the hands. So let's, in fact, shake them as you're trying to flick off water off your fingers. Whew. Good. Gentle, of course. Don't go crazy if this doesn't feel good for you. Lovely. And then roll the shoulders up, back and down. Find a little rotation here from side to side. Let the head sink from side to side. And then begin to shuffle back on your chair. All the way to the back, so we can rest the lower back again, and we can allow the belly to go super soft again. Let the belly go squishy. Let the whole body settle into your chair. Soft in the shoulders, soft across the face. And then allow the eyes to close. Before we settle into our final relaxation, I would like to give our neck and our shoulders a little bit of attention. So letting your right ear fall down to the right shoulder. Let the head get heavy. You can do this with your eyes closed, or take a quick peek at what I'm doing. So we're just creating a bit of space here on the left side of the neck. Good. If you want to go a bit further, we can layer additional layers onto the stretch. Step one would be to draw the chin over towards the right shoulder, just to intensify that stretch a little bit more. If that still feels okay and you feel the need for a little bit more, then extend your left fingertips away from the body down towards the floor, reaching away. And if that still feels good, then bring your right hand over onto the left shoulder and begin to give yourself a little massage here, a little squeeze. Good. Notice how strange it feels to give your neck that massage. We rarely ever do that, but it can be so beneficial just to create a little bit of movement, a bit of warmth, a bit of heat, observing any knobbly bits, any tight bits. Good. And you can do this even if your left hand is not extended away from the body. Last breath in. And slow breath out. Chin rolls back down to center. Draw the left arm in. And then slowly uncurling again, bringing your head back up into neutral position. So the eyes can still be closed here, or if you feel more comfortable, you can look at what I'm doing. And then swapping sides. So let your left ear fall down to the left shoulder. And know that this might feel a bit stronger, a bit harder, especially if you're right-handed. This side tends to be a lot tighter. So take a moment, let yourself settle. So no rush, sending those breaths into the side of the neck. And remember, we can add layers, but we don't have to. Layer one is to draw the chin down towards the left shoulder. Good, and then a little bit further towards the chest. The next layer is extending the right fingertips away from the body, reaching down. And our final possible layers, bring the hand over onto the shoulders and give yourself a little squeeze, a little rub, up and down. Just notice how that feels. And of course, it's much nicer when somebody else does that for us, but in absence of that being an option for most of us right now, we can do a pretty good job at doing that for ourselves. Last couple of breaths. And then release both hands back into your lap, draw the chin down to the chest. Let it be heavy for a moment and then uncurling through the spine, coming back into an upright position. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and back and down. And settling into our final relaxation with a long, deep breath in through the nose. And a sighing breath out through the mouth. Inhaling again. And sigh it out. One more inhale. And exhale. Letting your body become heavy. And just allow yourself to rest here. Letting go of any need to control the breath. Just allowing it to flow. Noticing the gentle rise as you breathe in the body. And that sensation of softening, of settling as you exhale. And if your mind has started to wondering about what's for lunch or whether it's time for the next coffee, then just bring the awareness back for a few more moments. And instead bring it down into the sole of the right foot, softening through the whole sole of the right foot. Releasing the top of the right foot, the right toes, ankle, lower leg, right knee, right upper leg, and the right side of the hip. Releasing the sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left toes, ankle, lower leg, left knee, left upper leg, and left side of the hip. Soften the belly, release into the lower back, middle back, upper back, into the right shoulder, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, top of the right hand, palm of the right hand, right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Release across the chest into the left shoulder, left upper arm, elbow, lower arm, top of the left hand, palm of the left hand, left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Releasing all the way up the neck, across the throat, soften the jaw, release the tongue, the cheeks, nose, eyes, and forehead. And just for a few moments, allow yourself to rest here, being present in your body and your breath. Slowly, without moving, invite your awareness back onto your breath. Without any rush, deepen it slowly. Making a few bigger breaths. And then bring a little wriggle into your fingers and your toes. Drawing some circles with your wrists, with your ankles. And on the next inhale, take a stretch through the body. Maybe by extending the arms up to the ceiling, find a big whole body stretch. Waking up the body ready for a beautiful day ahead of you. And then lowering the palms down towards heart center. Bring them together in front of the heart center in our Anjali Mudra. Our hand gesture that signifies kindness, compassion towards each other, but also towards ourselves. And in these crazy times, one thing we all need a big dose of is kindness and compassion towards ourselves for doing an amazing job making it through this day by day. Find a big sense of gratitude towards yourself for making the effort, putting this time aside to practice. Honoring that, honoring our bodies and of course each other. Gently bow the head towards the hands. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining as online as always. If you have questions, let me know. Now, I know many of you here in the UK at least have been getting their first dose of the vaccination, which is really brilliant news. It makes me so happy when one of you tells me they've had the vaccination. It kind of means better things are to come. And hopefully in not too long time, most of us will have had it. So yeah, getting ready to come out of our winter hibernation so we can practice again together in person. Until then, though, I hope you're staying well, stay warm, stay active, keep drinking tea. And yeah, I hope to see you guys again next week for our next session. Bye-bye.